I remember always having a vague interest in mechanical things, but I think my earliest childhood memory was in my uncle's combi, hearing the motor up the back and thinking that it sounded a little strange and a little bit different, a little bit odd. It just grew, I think, from that first experience. I didn't really like school, and I knew I wanted to work in the automotive area, but I also wanted to do something that was a little different and had an artistic bent, something that had the ability to use form and use your brains to actually shape form into a car body. It's about seeing a direct effect of your actions in the world of building cars. I think that's really what drew me towards the trade. I went to England not just to do prototyping, but to work in the restoration industry and to gain skills in coach building. And England is really the spiritual home of the coach builder. I got involved in Lindsay's museum through initially being employed to build his cars, and that was almost 22 years ago. And it grew into a number of different roles, initially on the tools through to part of the management of the museum and running Lindsay's museum for a number of years. Hosting various events through the museum, I got to work with government, I got to work with the automotive component suppliers, with the manufacturers. I began to put together a picture of what their objectives were and what they were trying to do. And to government, it was about promoting the industry internationally, and it was also about showcasing careers to kids. In doing the FR1 project, we wanted a car that could make a connection with the kids, provide them with some real-life understanding of what skills and industry are doing today. The second thing we're doing is we're engaging in technology transfer work with industry. So we're trialling new technologies. For example, we built Australia's first composite passenger structure from a low curing temperature carbon fibre. And to do that, we have to interact with people like Boeing and General Motors to help us understand the technology and then to work through how that may apply to the automotive industry in the future, particularly in environmentally friendly vehicles with lower emissions. We have 90 separate component suppliers that have helped us build that car. So they then have a real tangible project to actually showcase their technology on. My proudest achievement would be, overseeing this whole project. I've got to say, more than anything else. There's been new learnings, new understandings. We've put together some new technology for industry, and we've had now close to 1,000 kids come through this studio to look at what the automotive industry is doing. Cars are like your children, like them for different reasons, I guess. As a smaller group, as a more codified group, I like handmade cars. They haven't been dumbed down by being built on a production line. They have a greater sense of detail and application about them. I like, obviously, the blue Porsche Spyder, not just because I built it, because of what the car represents. It was Porsche's first attempt at a Le Mans race car, a very clean design and a timeless design. It looks good today. That's a favourite, and the 300 SL Mercedes-Benz Roadster is another favourite. I think sacrifices are important if you want to achieve any degree of excellence in a given field. You have to grow, you have to nurture, you have to learn to understand what the dynamics of the material are that you're working with. We have plans to build an electric car. There is some interesting technologies being developed by Australian companies, pioneered by Australian companies. I'd like to see an opportunity to use these individual companies and bring them together to actually build this car. I'd like to do that in the future. I don't ever see myself retiring. I think I'll always have a tool in hand in one form or another, and I'll probably tinker with cars at home as well.